works. It does. There we go. Alrighty then. Third day in a row. Back on the talk. The talk of the town. The rock of Boston. The tick of the talk. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it is a Destination Decluttered. Oh, Shanana, nice to see you. Yay, and Ellen and Penny and Angie and Amy. You guys knew. You guys are part of the cool crew. You knew that I was showing up at 8 a.m. today, as well as 8 p.m. tonight on YouTube, right? So good morning. Thank you for keeping me company. Hey, Gen X with the J and the X and the heart. Nice to see you. Now, I will say it is nice to see everybody, though some people's names tend to visually, they connect other than others, but everybody's welcome, except for jerks. We have no jerks here. And yeah, good morning. I had the opportunity to choose pretty much a variety of times I was going to show up for a TikTok live today, but I decided upon 8 a.m. because I already had started up. Oh, hey, Christina Glendale, nice to see you. This is a twofer. We'll be back in 2 and 2 because I'll see you later today, right? Awesome. I thought it would just kind of be fun and easy to remember that I'm here from 8 a.m. to 8 p. Excuse me, can you imagine? 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I would be hoarse like you wouldn't believe. Yay, Christina, awesome. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. today. And then you go do a bunch of things, and I go do a bunch of things. And then at 8 p.m. today, where maybe instead of getting out of our pajamas, we're getting back into our pajamas, I have a YouTube live from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight. So yeah, so hello everybody. So hello to folks who've known me. Hello to the folks that follow me on my mailing list and YouTube, as I mentioned, Destination Decluttered on YouTube. And for those of you who don't know me or just, scrolling, as I like to say, on TikTok, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Now, those of you, again, who know me know that my approach to decluttering is probably different from everybody else's, because I'm different from everybody else, okay? Kind of makes sense. I will be bursting out into random songs and making pop culture references, bringing in some deep philosophy as well as, referencing the Brady Bunch and everything. It's kind of like a fun kind of patchwork quilt that makes it a lot of fun. So I show up and I do these TikTok lives and YouTube lives. I will not be on TikTok. I'm playing around with how often I will be on TikTok. This week I have TikTok live scheduled, and so when I schedule something, I do it. Next week I will schedule some, because next week I realized, and I should probably get my calendar up in front of me, because I need to see it helps me to see my calendar. So yeah, like next week, for example, I will be on for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but then Thursday until Sunday we travel. So what I do when I'm here is my goal is a couple of things. One is to just be of benefit to you. So depending upon what you need, I give what I can, what I have in that kind of, part of my toolkit. So maybe you just need some encouragement. Farm girl, nice to see you. Maybe you just need some, good words to kind of fill your tank so when you get out in the morning, you're going and kicking ass in the day. So that's cool. I can do that. Maybe I just give you some things to think about, on your commute or when you've got some downtime. Get your brain thinking about stuff that's kind of, worth thinking about. The other thing too, though, is even just from a total practical nature, I show up basically, I show up in your life through the clutter world. So if you have clutter or you have stuff that is cluttering up your house and you don't like that feeling, tell me where you are stuck. And I tend to talk in metaphor as well as pop culture references. And one of the main metaphors that I talk in, and here I'll back my head up so you can see this thing behind me, is like a road trip. Every day I'm shuffling. every day we start at the beginning of today's journey, but today's journey started way back then. It's like seeing a map on the wall of the Jersey Turnpike rest stop that says you are here. But you'll notice that one pinpoint. So today you got here by taking certain roads. I got here by taking certain roads. So we are all here together right now. Now my question will always be, where are you headed? Where are you going? What's your destination? Now, again, if we were meeting, in line at the Sbarro on the Jersey Turnpike, waiting for our slices or whatever, I'd be like, so where are you heading? And hopefully you were heading someplace you were excited to get to. That's your destination. So I tend to use a lot of road trip metaphors, as we do when we talk about stuff. Blonde Cheryl and Kimberly and Boston Sports Girl, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Funny thing is, this is totally random. Well, everything's random and nothing's random. Mag, nice to see you. So, notice how my hair is kind of all strubly, as the Amish might say. This is funny. So I usually have to back up to show the little, the visual of a road trip. You are here, you want to be here, and you are the car. When I do my YouTube live tonight, one of the things I'm doing between 9 a.m. today and the next time we see each other, if you tune in to the YouTube live, is I'm getting a haircut. So my hair will look different, and maybe you'll actually see the car. I got to find something to lift these things up. See, I could just do that. Duh. Whatevs. It's fine. It's just us, right? And you know what I'm talking about. So here we are. Here we are. I often bring out my little Mr. Microphone that my musician husband was kind enough to get me a specifically orange windscreen, because it reminds me of the one from Ronco in the 70s and 80s. I'm on the radio. I love it. Ha. And one of my dear, awesome clients, because I do one-on-one coaching, sent me this in the mail because I kept on just singing into my hand, or a pen. Remember that? Singing into your hairbrush? But here we are. Ooh, Mag, I love this because I helped somebody on one of our one of our decluttering parties with this. So I tend to reread the comments out loud. So if you are kind of tuned into this, please, you do not need to be watching the comments in order to get the benefit from this TikTok live. I say this because if you want to put down the ducky because you want to play the saxophone, here, check it out. If you want to put down the phone or however you're listening or watching, you don't need to watch me. I just kind of move my hands around and you can know what I'm doing. But I say this because you might be able to use this time to actually get some decluttering done or do some good stuff. All right? So I will reread what they say. So Mag is saying, I'm having a hard time downsizing on hair, makeup, and skin products. Okay. Toiletries, cosmetics, right? One of the things you're doing already, that's great is you have already done one of the important things, which is you have kind of chunked it down. So chunking it down, you got a whole bunch of stuff in your house, but you've chunked it down to one category, kind of toiletries, stuff like that there. And within that category, you've even chunked it down more. So what I will offer to everybody, and to Mag too, yay for chunking it down, and yay for categories. Name of something you'll find in your bathroom. Hair, shampoo, makeup, skin products, right? Categories. Remember that? It was like on Zoom or something. So how you deal with one category is how you deal with all of them. So let's kind of just carve one of those. Let's chunk down that chunk even further. Just to hair. Okay, hair products. Even within hair products, you probably have shampoo, conditioner, hairspray, pomade, whatever you do on your hair. Okay? The question that you will ask yourself, so get used to this and write it down, is this. This is how I phrase it in general. It will look different, but you'll get it. Is what do I want? So I want you to think back If you're taking notes here, you will write down, chunk it down, categories, and then what do I want? So if you, let's say you have a bunch of shampoos, right? Do I want all these shampoos? And then, please, be polite to yourself. If you ask yourself a question, be polite enough to yourself to listen for your answer. Can you imagine if you asked somebody else a question and then you just kept on going? You didn't even give them a chance to pause, to consider, and to come up with an answer. They're like, and they're already off to something else. So slowing down, much like chunking down, I use the word down a lot. And I would also seriously get curious. If you have a multitude of something in any one category, are you using all those things? Or did you buy something to replace something, but you still have that other thing? You know, like I yesterday walked over to the grocery store because it was sunny out. I wanted to get my steps in, and I was running out of like hand and body lotion. And I knew that the kind I got before, which was kind of like the knockoff Aveeno mongrel, as my mother would call it, the store brand, was, they might have it over there. So I walked over there and they had it. And so I was going to get that because I was running low on something. So get curious about yourself. Curiosity will cause you to ask questions to yourself. And then please, again, be nice to yourself. Listen to your answers. Now, one of the things that often comes up when we are decluttering, and for me especially, so Meg, I don't know if you have this sitch, but is you buy something, you buy like a what do you call it, like a lipstick or a lip liner or something like that, because you're looking for just that right color. And in the store, it looks good. So you spend your money, and it might be kind of pricey. And then you get it home, and in the lighting in your bathroom, you put it on, and you're like, oh my God, that looks horrible. Or like you use it, this is me right now, is you go to use it, and it says it's supposed to like stay on. And then you go to like drink your tea, and let's see. And then you notice you've got like a big like lipstick stain, and I don't like that type of thing. Lipstick on your collar, tells a tale on you. You may have a thought that says, well, I don't like this hair thing or makeup thing or skin thing, but I spent money on it. And maybe I spent a lot of money on it. So it's uncomfortable to me. There's tension between I spent money on something that's not working me out, but I don't feel good. I have a tension in me just throwing it away. Does that help? What I say when you do that is resolving that tension. And how I resolve that tension is one of two ways. Because tension, or is it like here? Tension, you know, you've got something one way, the other way, no big deal. Tension is caused when there's like a tug of war between two things, right? Tension in a tug of war rope. It's tense. There's tension. It's because one side is saying one thing and one side is saying the other. When two tribes go to war is all that you can score. You either keep it and use it, please use it, or if you're not going to use it, it's just getting in the way and cluttering up and getting in the way of you finding the good stuff, or get comfortable with letting go of stuff that doesn't work for you, even if you spent money on it. Okay? Because this is how it works in our capitalist consumerist society. You see something out there in the world. You see something on TikTok Live. You have a thought to yourself, that might solve this problem I have. That lipstick might actually stick on so it's not all over my teacups. So you go and you spend money on it, and then you get it home and you try it out. And the trying out of it will determine whether it works or not. Sometimes the things work. Yay, it works. I really like that lip thing. I really like that hand lotion. There will be a percentage of the things that you spend time and money on that will not work out for you. Now, notice how that's a very blanket statement because it's true. You will buy the bottle of salad dressing and realize you don't like it. You will buy the eyeshadow. You'll realize you don't like it. You will buy the hand lotion and you open up and you're like, oh my God, this smells like old lady. What you do at that point will determine whether you're cluttered or not. Now, many of us have a negative association with throwing away something that is almost full or almost brand new. I get that. That's how I grew up. Do not be wasteful. So here's what I recommend. If you know you're that kind of person, find a store where you can purchase the things that you're not sure if you're going to use them, and see if they have a return policy that you can return an opened product and get your money back. Okay? But notice, there are thoughts, and you would do that with your makeup, you would do that with your hair, you would do it with your skin products. And then even ask yourself, you could go even deeper. Why am I even doing this? Why do I have so many face creams? Am I bummed out because I'm old and look at this wreath of wrinkles that's right here? There's all sorts of things that go into it. It's not as easy as, just decide what you don't want. Deciding, that's a process. So be patient with yourself. Now, I see some other messages are kind of piling up, but I think it's important to not just say, oh yeah, decide if you want or not, let it go. It can be stressful to throw away something you spent money on. And sometimes the size of the item and the amount of money you spent can make it even worse. I spent this much on this little thing of eyeshadow and it doesn't work out. But what I offer to you is if you keep it and you're not using it, it's going to go bad. And it's always going to get in the way. You're going to always have to weed through it to find the stuff you do use. So make it easy on yourself. Just get used to this. This is the process I recommend. I hope it helps. Okay. Hey, everybody's missing me. I ain't missing you at all. I've been missing you guys. I seriously have. But what I want to suggest to you is I still exist. But it's as if I was a TV show, and this season I am on another station. As of about 2 months ago when TikTok started acting wacky, and it may start to act wacky again. I am over on YouTube all the freaking time. Okay? I exist. I do this on a daily basis over on YouTube, and I'm going to do it tonight at 8 p.m. too. It is up to you to decide, to make the choice. Do I want to take the steps to change the channel? And you can tell how old I am because every time I think of changing the channel, my hand reaches out to like an imaginary knob and it goes click, click, click. It doesn't go just boop on a clicker, right? Wicked funny. So I love this. I'm picking up, God, now a wicked lot of messages are coming in. I will endeavor to answer all of them. Stay-at-home mama gang, mama gang. I always mangle these things. I apologize. Has anyone told you helped them stop wasting vegetables? Ooh, lovely vegetables. I didn't mean to, but the same muscle. Yes, I'm helping you build your decision-making muscle that declutters my house, makes me use what's in my fridge. I love that because my husband and I are trying to get so much better at using what's in our fridge. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. Okay. Now I'm going to back up here. Doodly doop. Okay. There we go. Anne says, I'm here. It's like I have someone with me and I may stay busier. Yes. In the world that I coach in, ADHD pops up all the time. We're here on TikTok. This is where it probably was really not invented, but body doubling is a thing. Body doubling makes it feel easy for some people to do stuff. So here I am for the next 40 minutes. I'm your body double. Okay? And Mag, I'm just catching up with your stuff right now. I apologize because one of the things I do not like about being on TikTok, there are really some benefits of doing a live on YouTube. You can see more of my room. It is funny. It isn't as immediate. There's definitely something that TikTok was wise about getting so close up in your face, I could do that, but they don't have the overlay of comments, so I can't get that close regardless. So Mag says, what if said categories are located in different spots of the house? Gather up your categories. Put them in one spot. And notice, I mean, each one of them, but like if you have hair stuff in different places, see what you have. Notice how that person above said the stuff in my fridge. So notice what you have in inventory. It is so much easier to make a decision that feels better when you know how much of a thing you have, because you may have more things than you realized, especially if they're scattered all over. Now, if you are horrible with returns, and Farm Girl is too, let's get specific. Why? And specificity is also chunking it down. What part of the return process is the roadblock? What part of returns do you not like the most that stops you from returning? Okay. Ooh, yes, Anne. You probably already told everybody. Anne says, I came up with a little hack that helps me decide whether or not to keep it. Tell me more, tell me more. Okay, Danielle, I love this because this is what I do. And Oceanana did it too, okay? Danielle says, I bought a 4-pack of this Dove deodorant and had a reaction to it. I can't throw the 3 new ones away. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oceanana, Louise says, I donate my products to a homeless shelter and veterans home. Okay? And I do that too. If it is an unopened, we have a food pantry in my town that I donate those things to too. All right. The other thing too is everybody here, please, if you are trying out a new product, do not buy a multi-pack unless you know that it's a product you want multiples of. Okay. Start small. Buy one. Then you won't have to worry about it. Okay. Multiples only work when you know you actually use the product. Now, me, I was talking about walking over to the Acme yesterday. I knew darn well that I liked this body hand lotion, whatever, because hands are part of your body, just so you know. And it was on sale, and it was a buy one get one, and it was cheap to begin with, and then it was like pretty much half price. And I did this too. Before I said I'm going to buy 4 of them, I looked at the expiration date, and the expiration date was 2027, because things do disintegrate. Food and beauty products do decompose. And so I thought, well, 2027 is 2 years from now. I am pretty sure that I will use this amount in this amount of time. Okay? So, yep, donating. All right, Anne said, I'm trying to figure, this is a new car, how much of my stuff would really transfer? And I'm looking at my house right now, wondering how much of this stuff would I really care about to move to a new house? Yes, what a wonderful game to play. And not just a new house, just not any new house, but what I like to call your Barbie dream house. If you were moving into, think about this, if you were moving into your Barbie dream house, the dream house, what stuff would you bring with you now? Does this stuff, because if the stuff in your house now is not part of your Barbie dream house, let's reverse engineer that. Why not make your house right now your Barbie dream house? Okay. Oop, backing up. Oh, hey, we got Kara. I just saw that. See, I'm trying to do this. Okay. Food pantries. Yes. Now, Crafter Queen is finally purging craft items the granddaughters are too old for in the nursing home, is at. I love it. Okay, Danielle, and I said this to my husband yesterday, and I do it myself. I am at the store every few days. Notice why you're at the store every few days. Maybe it fills a need in your body to be social and, look at things. But notice the habits you have and the ones that get you cluttered. Notice them, and we figure out how to change them. Okay? And here's another thing I want to offer to all of you. Okay? This is how I work through it. Danielle with the stuff in her armpits, right? The one she used and she put on her armpit, no. You're not gonna you donate that one. But the other ones, if the seal is truly unbroken, what I would do is I would know that they are clean and good to use and they might help somebody. Homeless shelter people want to smell good too, right? Naughty girls need love too. Donate them and let them decide. I would rather err on the side of I thought they would use it and then they decide that they don't and then they throw it away versus preemptively throwing it away and then finding out later that it could have been put to good use. You know? So there we go. Hope it helps. Yeah, so learn from this and learn for the aluminum-free things. Yeah, multiples only work if you know you like it. Louder for my husband, please. Yeah, my husband too. He bought this giant thing of like these protein something or others, cinnamon buns. We have a whole thing of them. Luckily, he's eating them. But we were in Wegmans the other day, and I was like, look, they sell it individuals. So next time you see something online, you think it's going to don't buy the 12. Let's start with the 1. But we all do it, you know? Hey, I love this. I'm so excited. Kara and I met, we're like pen pals here on TikTok. And she follows me over on YouTube as well. And she was using our crew and whoever to say, you know what? I have a struggle. There is a part of me that wants to fly business first class on the way home from LA to Boston. But there's another part of me that's struggling. Notice I said the tension, the tug of war. She quieted down the part that said, don't do it. Then she listened to her co-pilot who said, oh, fuck, just do it. You've got points, just do it. So she flew Mint. She got home safely. Yay. She unpacked. Yay. And I love seeing the green check marks. I remember Kat Roby was using those. Laundry started? Yes. Watered plants? Yes. Back in bed? Yes. Worth it. Yes. She expanded. Oh my God, excuse me. I get all excited and I choke on my own spit and then I get the hiccups. It's really attractive. She expanded the boy in the plastic bubble, her nervous system, and her comfort zone. Now she knows what it feels like. And notice what I'm doing. I always imagine like a clear plastic bubble is your comfort zone. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. No, I want to expand it so a bigger part of my life is just comfortable. Doesn't that sound better? So Kara now has included the feeling of flying Mint class into her comfort zone. She did something that part of her was afraid to do. She was afraid to spend her points. She spent her points and she had a wonderful time. All right. Yay. Good stuff. Welcome home. All righty. Here we go. Doop-a-doo. Lele Southwest, first time here. I'm spring cleaning. This is right on time. I love it. Happy to meet you. And if I can help you, just let me know. I mean, I don't come to my house. I don't come to your house and do it. I've done that before. I'm going to my mother's house in a couple weeks to continue decluttering the home that I grew up in. So this is where I come from. All right. And she says this is so good too. She did it and she says, oh, and in caps and in exclamation points, oh, and I will do it again. So notice, here's the thing, kind of like shrink wrap. You can push out your comfort zone, but if you don't use it, it will shrink back and it will be smaller. But when she says, I will do it again, she's keeping her version of travel in something other than coach is going to be pushed out like that. Yeah, I will so do that again. I am telling you all right now, within the next 2 years, there will be a time when I fly overseas on one of those lie flat things because I want to do that for forever. I'm going to do it. Okay. That's a great idea. Anne just said too about the deodorant. High school nurses too. They sometimes take personal care items for students. You know? Yay. Good stuff. I love it. Wendy says she began micro moments of radical cleaning and keeping up on daily normals. I love that. I can translate it, and I think that's great. Good stuff. Yay. Get on the mailing list. Oh, yeah, get on my mailing list. I thought you were talking about the Southwest mailing list, and maybe you were. I have a mailing list. When you're on the mailing list, man, you get all this free stuff, and it's good stuff, and it doesn't clutter up your house. DestinationDecluttered.com. The main thing right now you would find is when I schedule my YouTube and TikTok lives. The schedule is on a secret page just available to the people on the mailing list. Okay? There's a whole bunch of other stuff too. ID Princess signed up for golf lessons, getting out of your bubble. Awesome. Go for it. You know? Good stuff. Yay. I don't use, yeah, and I love it. I don't use, what word you, I don't leave my house a lot, so this is huge. Yeah. And if you're interested in golf, and it will get you out of your house and out into the nice weather, awesome. Yay. Good stuff. Good stuff, people. Now, what was I going to share with you? Oh, this was kind of fun. I will share this with you. So one of the things you do get when you are on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, and again, it's about 8:30, and I was in college radio back in the 80s, so I'm like, I might as well do a station ID. In case you just came in and you're like, who the hell is this lady who's showing up on my TikTok? My name is Beth. My name is Mud. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered because I love the metaphor of driving your car to represent your life, and it just makes it fun for me, and I love travel. I travel all the time, and so yeah, I'm here to help you with your clutter. Okay. So one of the things real quick is you get a habit tracker. It's blank. It's a template. You fill it out with what's important to you. This is mine. I use it. You see those X's? That's when I was traveling. But notice right here. Notice this. So I have a client who says, I like to make things fun. And so do I. One of my catchphrases is I like to have fun and get it done. And she said one of the ways that it makes it fun for her to do her daily tasks or whatever she wants to do on a daily basis is she started creating a rainbow right here of filling in. When she's filling in her little things of doing something, she fills it in. Now, I actually said, April, each day a rainbow. And then I'm sitting here being like, why postpone the fun? So, and you can even see yesterday I started with my little black pen that I had been using, a pencil I'd been using all along. And then I said, I got the horse right here. Its name is Paul Revere. I got these right here. I can start having fun right now. So I will Roy G. Biv it. So today I haven't done any of these yet. I'm going to do them, but I'll go from like the red to the orange to the yellow, and I'm going to have some fun. And we meet good people on the mailing list because we do TikTok lives and YouTube lives and decluttering parties. You know who we meet? Is this thing on? I will turn it on sometime. Carla Jane. So I do one-on-one coaching with people. I have a 10-session package that I, paid coaching thing. Carla Jane and I have been working together. She is making, you guys, give Carla Jane a round of applause because she is doing the Lord's work. She is digging out the home that her hoarder mother left when she passed, and she is making progress. And she's the one who sent me this. So Carla Jane, you are rocking. You are rocking the free world, okay? Look at people that are sending you hearts and claps because they know too. And Live Love, if you want to join the mailing list, my website is destinationdecluttered.com. There's a link to it here on my TikTok page, and there's a form at the bottom of the front page that has a just a place you put your email address, put it in there, promise you're not a robot, and boom, you're on the mailing list. Now, today is what, Wednesday? Today is Wednesday, and this Saturday and Sunday we're doing some decluttering parties on Zoom. What is a decluttering party? It basically is you showing up with a bunch of other people on Zoom. You don't have to have your camera on or anything like that, but at a certain day, at a certain time, and we just declutter, and it helps the accountability and the camaraderie, helps you to not feel so alone, especially when you are decluttering something that you've been kind of dragging your feet on. Okay? And ID Princess, yes, we work together. She said, Beth is a great coach to work with. Thank you. And Erin and I work together too, and I always raise my mug to Erin. There we go. And then Carla and Erin got to know each other because of one of the parties. So it's kind of a cool crew here. Very few TROLLS. And if there are, we kick them aside. That was comical. That time I was traveling and I did a YouTube live from my hotel room in New York City. Oh my God, the trolls were in full force. Hey, that's cool. Wendy was blessed yesterday with a free vacuum. Very cool. This is body doubling. Judy says, and it's true because Judy, somebody else was talking about struggling with toiletries and cosmetics. And remember, we worked together on that. And then the parties, parties are so helpful. Yes, it's I don't know. I just dig what I do. And I grew up in a cluttered home. I was cluttered for many years. I am still working through my own clutter. I will share with you guys. So many of you know, and I'm kind of gesticulating over here as if you can see past my stuff. Let me see if I can do this right here. All right. So see, and this is one thing that's cooler about me doing a TikTok live than a YouTube live is I can move my camera. Okay, see those boxes over there? That is sentimental clutter. So in my world, I call things surface clutter, stored clutter, or sentimental. Okay? And, oh, thank you, loving my floor. Yeah, notice it's clean. It was messy yesterday because I was sitting there and I was sorting out into categories some of the stuff that's in those boxes. But then I cleaned it up. And I even vacuumed too. Patting myself on the back for that. Those boxes are there because we are getting work done in the basement in the next few weeks. And they've been in the basement for years. And I started going through them because I just am asking myself, do I need these things? And it was really interesting going through my own sentimental clutter. Sentimental clutter is the stuff that tells you stories. And we save them for a certain reason. Now, each one of these boxes, because I'm also organized, and being organized can sometimes kind of mask your clutter. But each year, I got into this habit after going to the Warhol Museum on my 40th birthday, which was a number of years ago, is every year I start with an empty box. That's my 2025 box right there. And if there's something that I want to save to remind me of something good, I just pop it in there. Now, I was recently going through the boxes from 2007 because I had 2 boxes for 1 year and I was going to see if I can condense it down to 1. Some of those things I decided to still keep. I didn't go through really with a fine tooth comb. I did it more with like a brush. And some of the things I still decided to keep. It was fun to walk down memory lane. Other things, I couldn't remember why I kept it. Oh, here's a backstage pass from the Freeman Pavilion. Okay. I guess I went to dinner at that restaurant, but other than that, I had no memories of it. Other things, I was like, I don't want to keep this anymore. Or, oh, hey, this is really interesting. I want to share this with somebody. I share this with you because decluttering does not mean you have to get rid of anything. Decluttering allows you the opportunity to revisit things you decided to keep in the past and then just make the decision. 2007, I made that box, and that box has been shut for yikesies. That's 10, and then there's 3, and there's 5, 18 years. 18 years ago, I put that stuff in that box. 18 years ago. A lot of stuff's happened. I made a decision to get rid of some of it, and I made a decision to keep a bunch of it. Do I want to go through it more with a fine-tooth comb? Hell yeah. Okay? So, I offer that I'm going through this with you. Okay, and thank you. I saw the thing about body doubling, and thank you for somebody for helping people out. Yep. And I love it, Wendy, that you found somebody that helps you, and hopefully I am too in my own way. Now, Farm Girl, and I apologize. This is one of the things I do not like about the comments in TikTok is that it keeps on scrolling past me, so I'm trying to catch up with people. So if I miss what you said, I apologize. Farm Girl is saying, why do you think decluttering is so hard for us? Oh, I could write a book. But I'm not going to because it would just clutter up your house. A couple of things. We are storytellers. We make sense of the world telling stories. And we tell ourselves stories all the time about who we are, about what we want, and we are in a capitalist society that also encourages us to say that our possessions help define us. We prove to people who we are by what we wear, what designers, what we have. So there's a certain amount of self-association with what we have. We also can tell each other. I think a lot of it, frankly, is monetary. I think it has to do with the stories we tell ourselves about money. If we have it or we don't. Are we thrifty or are we wasteful? And the feelings associated with being that type of person. Again, it goes back to kind of our identity as people. I'm going to use that up before I throw it away. I'm not going to be all wasteful and throw away something. Even if it gives me sores under my armpits, I'll use this, even if it makes you feel bad. So there are a lot of internal stories. What I like to say in very, very simple terms, because I like to keep it simple. There is a thought in your head that makes you feel a feeling in your heart, and thought in head plus feeling in heart equals you're doing something with your hands. Head, heart, hands. Top to bottom, right? Unhelpful thought, crappy feeling, you're probably not doing something or you're hanging on to something, even if you don't want it. I'm hanging on to these 4 things of deodorant. I don't even want them, but I can't let them go. On the other hand, there's always another hand. More helpful thought. Hey, I bet somebody else could use this thing that's not working out for me. Oh, yeah, there might be. Hope. Possibility. Connection. That may get you, using your hand, to Google, where is there a place that can take these unused deodorants? You have a choice. Many of us, and I grew up this way, I did, think that this half is the whole cannoli. No, there's always another side to it. Every picture tells a story. Every record has a flip side. Every penny has another side. There's always another side to the story. And you, now that you know this, can then say, which side am I on? Fear or love? And if you're on the side of fear, there's no fence. Hop over to the love side. It's so much better. Love side, baby, love side. Right? Now, all right, I'm going to back up. I'm going to scroll and I'm going to back up. All right, everybody to be really cool. Okay, now Jelly Bee, why can't you do YouTube? I'm seriously curious. Why can't you do YouTube? Because I don't want to show up for only some people, but I'm going to have to. Because TikTok may go dark. You know? Yeah. Let me know so we can make a workaround. Okay? So. Okay, Ruth Ann, you can do something about it. I'm here to help. All right. Doodly-doo. Ruth Ann, let me help you because Ruth Ann is hitting all 3. Now, notice where my hands go. This may be something where you do look at the screen. Surface clutter is on the surface. It's like a surface, like a superficial thing. It's on the surface, very light, kind of what I call like the clutter of everyday living. Or longer. Stored stuff is what I like to call the stuff that you put behind doors or in drawers. It's stuff that you've decided on a certain level to keep in your house, and you've decided to store it. Now, this can be in any room of your house. It can be in a box in the basement or the attic. It can be in the cupboards in your kitchen. It can be in the bureau. It can be in a closet. But this is stuff at a certain level you've said, at a certain level, I'm not going to get rid of this surfacey thing, but I'm going to store it. The third one is the one that is the most challenging one, but it's not impossible, and that is sentimental clutter. Notice where my hand is when I'm talking about sentimental clutter, and I'm not pledge allegiancing to the flag. My hand is on my heart because sentimental clutter tells you stories about your life, about who you are. And anytime you involve the heart, that takes energy and emotion and can tire you out. I consider this time travel because I time traveled back to 2007 when I was going through that box. As I was looking through it, my body was feeling and remembering and reliving some of the things that I had evidence of. And then you look up and then you feel like, whoa. You feel like Mark from Severance, and you're like, whoa, I went from 2007, whoa, all the way to 2025 when I'm looking out and I'm like, whoa, okay, I was back then, but here I am. And that does expend energy. Okay? So start this process with the surface because you're asking yourself the same question on every level. What is this thing? Do I want to keep that or not? And then if I want to keep it, if the answer is yes, I want to keep it, where is its home? And if I don't want to keep it, what's the easiest way I can get it out of my home so I don't have it anymore? You ask yourself that on every single level, but don't start with the difficult stuff. That's like walking into the gym and starting with like the 50-pound dumbbell. You got to build up your decluttering muscle. So start with the little Gloria Stevens weights and then go on from there. Okay? Because if you start with the hard stuff, you're going to hurt yourself and you won't want to show up again. I know this on many levels because I went on a strength training thing the other day and now I can barely sit down because I did too many like lungy things and my legs hurt. Okay? I hope that helps. And Wendy is saying, I have my childhood school books in my bedroom closet. I don't know if I should let them go. Nobody else can answer these questions except you. So ask yourself the question and listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. I almost did Taylor Dane, but that wasn't it. Okay? Now, here we are in a room full of strangers. Anne is saying, any advice on how to choose, like an auction house or flea market for people for a full house declutter? This is when it's going to be really helpful for you to get kind of word of mouth recommendations. Because this is the thing about the internet is every one of us is probably in a different state. Who knows? We could be in a different state. In a different country. Now, if you were in my neck of the woods, I would recommend somebody who I follow here on TikTok. So if you're in like the, Philadelphia area, Sales by Helen sounds like a good one. But it depends on where you live. This is when I would Google and I would get familiar with who's around. And then I would also reach out to my crew, my local people to say, hey, has anybody had any experience with this type of thing? Who have you used and what was your experience? There are reviews online, but those only tell half the story. The most powerful thing is word of mouth from people you trust. Okay? Okay. So ask your peeps. Okay? Now, Barbara... Sorry. I think my husband's singing in the other room. He's a musician. I mean, not that anybody can sing, but I'm like, what the hell is that? Barbara is saying, it seems you readily pop up on my TikTok. Yes, because you probably you probably follow me, and there is the algorithm. She says, I have managed to find you on YouTube, but it can be a challenge. So Barbara, 2 things. You don't need to go searching for me on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel. It's YouTube /@ Destination Decluttered. You can also, you don't have to search for me when you know my show is going to be on. Pretty much, actually, it's almost like TV Guide. Remember TV Guide? When you're on the mailing list, you have access to a page that has the TV Guide that shows every day what time my show is on. All you need to know is look at the TV Guide and tune in when I'm on. I occasionally will do a pop-up. That is rare. And even when I do a pop-up, I try to kind of schedule it a few minutes in advance so YouTube sends it to people who have signed up, who have followed or subscribed to my YouTube channel, and have allowed permissions to get notifications. Okay? Leslie got my Gloria Stevens reference. I love it. I love it. Okay. There we go. Bonnie Esther, nice to see you. I see you wiggling. I saw the wiggles. The wiggles. I saw the wiggles. Okay. There we go. Thank you. I am missing. This is the bummer because there are over 100 people right now, My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and there's such great stuff going on. And I'm so glad this is us being in a room of 100 people. While I'm focusing on trying to give a heartfelt, helpful answer to one person, I also cannot be the hostess with everything. So thank you so much for helping out the other people in the room, answering their questions as I'm trying to do this, okay? So just because I don't answer your thing does not necessarily mean I am ignoring you. It's just a matter of time and focus, okay? Sarah saying, my parents have just passed away. Any suggestions for dealing with their things? Yes, deal with it at a time that feels right to you. If the time feels right now, then same thing. Divide things into surface, stored, and sentimental. What are the things that they have that mean something to you? Notice that. And the answer can be nothing. You might not want a damn thing. That can be helpful. Okay? Damn it, Donna is helping. Carla Jane. Yeah, Carla Jane's going through it. She knows. So does Cat Mama. All right. What else do we have here? Yay. Yes, I love Bonnie Esther, getting your body moving. Get your body moving, All right, there we go. Kara's got a goal. Kara's got a destination. 10 items a day on Marketplace. Marketplace with Kai Risdall. Sort the sweaters and donate. Okay? Yeah, I love that. Feel free. Yeah, and now some of us are in the season where we're no longer wearing sweaters. All right? Now I love this. Adelicia says, so I used your tips to declutter and I gave away 12 bags of clothes and threw away so many things. Awesome. I hope it feels good. Yeah, and Lulu has gotten to the point. See, this is it. Notice I got to a point where I said, I'm sick of doing and living the way I am, and I want to do something different. There's a point in the road, and when you say, I'm sick of this, another road will appear. A fork in the road will appear. A Y in the road will appear, because it's really just, you can continue doing what you're doing, or you can try something different. And everybody has to get to this point at their own time. Okay? And you're welcome, Sarah. And oh, Bonnie Esther, I'm so sorry about your mom. But Bonnie Esther shares, because we're all going to deal with this. We're going to die at some point. People we love are going to die. And many of us are of an age where we're dealing with parents who are passing. So Bonnie shares, Mom died last month, and I was pretty proud of having kept only a few things. Because here's something I want to hit you with, a loving truth bomb. The people who you love do not live in the items you have. But we have bestowed energy to certain things that create a connection. That thing reminds me of that person. So we are the ones who imbue things with energy, but we can also take it back because the person you love lives in your heart. So do not fear if you donate something that they owned, that you are giving away part of them, because all of the energy of them lives in you. Okay? So I hope that helps. Yay! Yay, it feels so good and free. I love it, Adelicia. Rock on, honey bunch. So good. Yes. Yeah, and Lulu is saying, I'm sick of living this way. It took years of guilt for wanting to get rid of it. You guys, life is too short for the guilt, okay? Get over that and do something different. 2 years of guilt. Who the frick wants to live feeling years of guilt? Not me. What I'm here to help you with, okay, is help you learn the life skill of making a decision that you feel aligned with, that feels good, that feels clean, that you don't feel conflict or tension, that you've made a decision based on this one powerful yet simple question: what do I want? And what do I want is a combo of I want this and I don't want that. I want this and I don't want that, because it's kind of the same thing. The more you build that muscle, the clearer and stronger you get about what you want in your home and your life and what you don't want in your home and life. And the easier it is for you to immediately make those decisions. and you feel good about it. And when you make a clean decision, you know it because it's in alignment. It's congruent with who you want to be. You know, part of you wants to be thrifty. The other part of you doesn't want to be greedy or, you know, whatever. There's tension between the two sides. And I just realized I was totally slumping over there. When you realize that hanging on to those 3 extra things of deodorant are just going to make your life not so good, you're going to find a way to let go of those in a way that feels good to you. Yes, life is too short, you guys. I am here to just the wake-up call. Ring, ring, ring. It's your wake-up call. Many of us have fewer days ahead of us than we do behind us, so let's make sure the days ahead of us are filled with quality and not a bunch of quantity of crap. Okay? Now, I love it. Live Love says, I needed to hear you preach this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a preacher. I don't know. I got to work on that part of my shtick. But no, this is the stuff I tell myself every day. It helps me remind me what's truly important. And to me, what's truly important is doing good stuff, is feeling good in my physical body and mental body, and knowing that I have done my best every day to help myself and help others. Now, I love this. Kara says, now that the LA trip is behind me, because every day is behind us that we lived, I'm going to get to work. Stuff equals stuff is, and this is great because she's saving up her money. She's making money off of the stuff that she's getting rid of because she has an established process to do that. If you do not have an established process to sell your items, I don't necessarily recommend getting into it unless you have the burning desire to. Okay? Now, I love it. April, she's going to Idaho and then back to LA, I guess. Awesome. Yes, so notice you've got a plan in your rearview mirror, in your windshield. Again, you're in your car. You've got yesterday is in the rearview mirror. Today you're sitting in the driver's seat because you're always sitting in the driver's seat. And right now, 3 minutes of 9 in the morning Eastern time, you're sitting there and you might not be in gear yet. You may just be there warming up your engine, checking your stuff to make sure if you have gas, and looking out to your windshield. If it is unclear where you are heading, clear your windshield out. Get some clarity on where you think you're headed today, and then just ask yourself, is this the direction I want to go? And if the answer is yes, rock on with your bad self. Awesome. But if it's not, get curious why you're heading there. Now, you might not be able to do all of this because but give yourself some time to figure these things out so that maybe tomorrow when you get in your car, you head in a slightly different direction. Okay? Now, there we go. Now, everybody here, we got a whole bunch of things. I love people are helping. Okay, GGX2000 is saying, how do we go about changing our wardrobe out and not putting the same things back we didn't wear? By giving yourself an option, by creating a container, get a box, get a bag. And the stuff that you didn't wear this year, consider donating it. Get curious. Ask yourself, you know, I love it, Bonnie Esther. I'm interrupting myself as I often do because the son of a preacher man. Yeah, that's what's going through my head too. Ask yourself, why didn't I wear this item of clothing this season? And be polite to yourself and listen for your answer. You've got the music in you, much like Kiki D, okay? You have all the answers are in you. You just got to quiet down your backseat drivers and listen for them. And I don't know is a mulligan. It's going to come up and you're just going to say, okay, noted, and push that aside. Because once the I don't know is out of there, that's like the rusty water. But then after that, what if I did know? Oh, I didn't fit into that this season. Oh, I wore this same sweater over and over again, and I didn't wear that one because it's itchy. I don't like the color. I forgot I had it. It's too big now because I lost weight. Notice the answer you give when you say, out of curiosity and not judgment, why didn't I wear that this season? Notice that thing and then ask yourself, that's the rearview mirror? Then say to yourself, okay, next cold weather season, do I envision myself wearing that again? And if I truly do, then maybe I will put it away. But if I don't, it is totally okay to have things you didn't wear this season. I have a skirt. I'm almost pointing that way. I have a skirt in this closet I didn't wear this season. You know why? Because my fat ass probably wouldn't fit into it and I was afraid to try it on. I have lost a couple of pounds. So next year, I hope to have maintained those couple of pounds loss, and I look forward to fitting my butt into that skirt again. So when I go to change out my wardrobes, I will put it there. Okay? Yes. Yep. Yeah, Jellyby says TikTok versus YouTube. There's no scrolling through creators over there. It's static. That's why we're here. Okay, I love that. What I want to offer to you, and then I'm going to get off because it's 9 o'clock. This. Scrolling. I love to scroll. I have always done that. Ever since I had a clicker and changing TV stations, I find it soothing, and I always love that idea of discovery. Of discovering something new I haven't discovered before. And that's what scrolling provides me. Discovering new information. Discovering new creators. But there's a difference, Jelly Bee. You already have discovered me. You do not need to discover me again because you also know I exist. So now you can go find me. So you can do your scrolling on TikTok. I do it myself, I'm not going to lie. But the people I know to follow, I know where to look for them. And I specifically go to their stations. I specifically go to their TV shows. I look at the TV guide for me, and I know when I show up. So remember, it can be fun to happen upon things, but man, when you know that, the monkeys are going to be on at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday on Channel 56 in the summer, you better believe I'm going to be like, okay, 5 o'clock, I'm heading in from playing outside. I'm going to go look at Dreamy Mr. Jones there and, dance the Daydreaming Believer. Okay, so I am going to, yep, and you can scroll on YouTube Shorts, yes. Okay, notice the habits you have that are unhelpful, stop them, slow them down, and then start to do something else. Okay, so Anastasia, how about this? If you know that that's a bad habit to go to the church 50-cent sale, you probably have plenty of clothes. It's not like you're naked, okay? Maybe you are. I don't look. I don't judge. But notice you have a habit of going to the church for the 50-cent sale. How about this weekend? You don't go. How about this weekend? You do something else that's going to help you with your clutter. And since it's on the weekend, maybe you show up for a declutter party, okay? Painting of a duck, nice to see you. Okay, so you guys, I am going to sign off right now. I know I've gone a couple of things over, but I want to be mindful of the boundaries of time. Couple of things before I sign off in case we just met. DestinationDecluttered.com. Sign up for the mailing list so you get access to the TV guide of when I show up again. I will tell you right now that 8 p.m. tonight, I will be on TikTok for an hour. Okay? So you can find me there. Yes. And you can't lose me because I have like a freaking Apple beacon on me. I tell you where I'm going to be. I can't do more than that. It's going to be up to you to do the thing to say, yes, Beth shows up at a certain time and she schedules it. And she's good with that shit. Okay? And yes, Strength and Peace, I am Eastern time. I always do Eastern because that's who I am. Tonight is YouTube because I do a TikTok, which is this, and then I do a YouTube. But Cat Mama, you can also look at the schedule that's on the page, okay? I look forward to seeing more of you on my mailing list if you haven't been on it and this is of interest to you. But I'm not going to push it. You're going to do the best for you. But just know that I'm here to help you. So there is help for what you're struggling with. It's up to you whether you want it or not, okay? Oh, I said TikTok. I'm sorry. Zip it, flip it, and reverse it. Much like Missy Elliott and Willy Wonka, tonight is on YouTube, right? YouTube. Don't trust what your brain offers and stuff. Double check it. Check it for sweatpants. And I'll see some of you tonight, all right? All right, here we're shutting off. Trying to hit it with my big boop. There we go. There we go.